Welcome to Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. Make your mark. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Thursday, October 20th, 2016. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. After taking a few weeks off to rejuvenate, it looks like Reinaldo Gary is just about ready to get back to business. Earlier in the week, Gary released a few new progress photos that show the Canadian beast looking about as big and as freaky as we've ever seen him. Very quietly, Gary has already put together a very solid season, racking up 3 top 10 finishes, including a strong 4th place showing to kick off the season back at the Garden State Pro. When he's at the top of his game, Gary has the ability to stand in there and trade shots with the best of them. And with a few small finishing touches, he could be someone who starts sneaking in and winning shows at some point next season. Earlier this week, some rare new progress photos surfaced of the enigmatic former 212 Olympian, who has yet to take the stage so far this season. Last year, Tavernier swooped in out of nowhere and took a top 10 finish at the Arnold before following it up with a 2nd place at the Body Power Pro later in the season. From the look of things, Tavernier doesn't seem to have missed a step during his sabbatical and is still packing all that nasty muscle that made him a top 5 Olympian back in 2011. When he puts his mind to it, Tavernier is capable of hanging with anyone in the 212 division, and I'm sure his fans wouldn't mind seeing him make a run next season to see just how far he can really go. Everything seems to be going according to plan so far this offseason for Ricardo Correa. After nearly 3 years away from the stage, the former UK bodybuilding overall champion made his highly anticipated debut back at the Tampa Pro, where he reminded everyone of the enormous potential he has when he's in top form. So far, Correa seems to have embraced getting back to basics and has really packed on a good amount of size over the past few months. With a long road ahead of him before he hops back on stage, Correa has a real chance to make some awesome strides. And if he can start nailing his conditioning at some point in the near future, he could be a very dangerous opponent to the competition. It might be a new day, but it's still the same old grind for our old friend and species nutrition athlete, Fred Biggie Smalls. Earlier in the week, Smalls released some new footage from a recent back training session, where we see one of the hardest working men in the sport getting down and dirty, doing what he does best. This year, Smalls probably had one of the better seasons in the sport that, for whatever reason, no one seems to be talking about. With 5 top 10 finishes, including 2 top 5s at the Arnold Asia and Arnold South Africa, Smalls stepped up his game to another level and really seemed to find his groove. Now that he's got the momentum of a strong contest season at his back and the promise of a long off-season still ahead, you'd have to think that things are only going to continue to improve in 2017. Fresh off an incredible season that saw him go from winning his pro card on the junior national stage to placing top 6 at the Olympia less than 6 months later, Mr. Classic Physique himself, Robert Timms, hasn't wasted any time getting back to work. New photos surfaced this week of a completely ridiculous-looking Timms, who looks like he's getting bigger by the day. One look at his classic lines, small waist, and wide-sweeping muscle bellies lets you know that Timms was born and bred to be a classic physique competitor. But when you take into account just how quickly he was able to make his way to the sport's highest level, it's almost scary to think how much better this guy could actually get. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning, brought to you by Iron Mag Labs. Make your mark. Check out ironmaglabs.com today. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.